To better understand relevance, consider a simple model of brand-customer interaction in which brand choice involves 4 steps organized into 2 distinct phases: brand relevance and brand preference. Step 1. The person, customer or potential customer, needs to decide which category or subcategory to buy and use. Too often, a brand is not selected or even considered because the person fails to select the right category or subcategory rather than because he or she preferred one brand over another. If a person decides to buy a minivan rather than a sedan or an SUV, for example, he or she will exclude a large set of brands that are not credible in the minivan space. One challenge is to create the category or subcategory by conceiving and executing an innovative offering. Another challenge is to manage the resulting category or subcategory and to influence its visibility, perceptions, and people's loyalty to it. The goal is to encourage people to think of and select the category or subcategory. The fact that the person selects the category or subcategory, perhaps a compact hybrid, makes the starting place very different than under the brand preference concept in which the category or subcategory is assumed to be given. Instead of encompassing only those buying an established category or subcategory, the target market is much broader, consisting of anyone who might benefit from the new category or subcategory. The selection of the category or subcategory is now a crucial step that will influence what brands get considered and thus are relevant. Step 2. The person needs to determine which brands to consider. This is a screening step to exclude brands that are unacceptable for some reason. A brand is not relevant unless it appears in the person's consideration set. There are 2 principal relevance challenges: category or subcategory relevance and visibility and energy relevance. These will be elaborated in Chapter 10. Category or subcategory relevance. The firm as represented by a brand needs to be perceived as making what the people are buying and have credibility with respect to its offering. There can't be a perception within the selected category or subcategory that the brand lacks the capability or interest to be a player, or that the brand lacks a key characteristic of the category or subcategory. Visibility and energy relevance. The brand, particularly when establishing or entering a new category or subcategory, needs to have visibility. It needs to come to mind when the product category or subcategory is selected. In addition, the brand needs to create and maintain enough energy so that it does not fade into the background. Brands that are tired, lack personalities, are not associated with innovation, and are simply uninteresting may not make the consideration set even though they are known and credible. Step 3. Perhaps after some evaluation, the person picks one brand. That brand is preferred over others, perhaps because of a logical reason, due to some emotional or self-expressive benefit, or perhaps simply because of convenience or habit. The challenge is to create differentiation and bases of loyalty so that the brand is preferred. Step 4. The person uses the product or service, and a user experience results. The use evaluation will depend not only on his or her expectations of the brand, but also according to expectations of the product category or subcategory as conceptualized in the first step. The user experience can influence the next cycle of brand-person interaction.